once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pollock, your host for the evening. As you see, we have some guests with us this evening, Tony Mendoza and Josh and Rayanne. And we'll be talking about positive action, methodologies from WestCare, which I'm a part of, and Tony is now also. Before we get into that, let me mention that Maria's somewhere between Simi Valley and here, so she couldn't make the show. She left a little bit later than usual, so she won't be watching it either. So hopefully she'll be on next week. And next week hopefully we'll have Paula Glidden. She did make it last week. She'll be talking about the Fall Festival and Fair, so we'll have a lot of information on next week. Also, this coming Thursday at the library, my last week's guest, who is Fred Davies, the home herbal medicine person. They'll be giving the free class on Thursday, the 23rd, at the library from 1 to 3 p.m. So if you want to find out how to stay healthy, how to stay clean, your body, in a natural way, he's got all of the good stuff. If you saw the show last week, you'll see some of the natural medicinal herbs that he has. He also works out of the Healing Touch Center. It's across from the post office on Postal Drive at 7510552. But I'm going to ask him for some of that calming, the drops that he has. I got some people to use that on some of the people that go to town board meetings, but that's a different story. Tonight we're going to be talking with Tony Mendoza. Tony, you may remember him from the High Desert Shorts, is it? The film festival? He's been doing that for... about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So I had a break in between going to Afghanistan, but even then.
That was vacation or that was National Guard?
Yeah, it was paid vacation in Afghanistan. Yeah.
Right. But he's back with us. You're not going anyplace in the near future.
Not any time soon. No.
Okay. Well, welcome back, and we're glad you're in one piece.
Oh, thank you.
And you're working full time at WestCare now?
Yes, I am. Last month or so, I've been in the process of getting picked up full time with WestCare, dealing with their prevention programming. So my official title is the prevention specialist of Pahrump. So we're beginning just to revamp all the programs that Francine Winters had established and has a good track record with. So at that point, building on what she has already had in place. So
yeah, she moved on, I believe, to the East Coast.
Yeah, I want to say New York. Her husband's a set designer, or Connecticut, somewhere.
Connecticut, I think it was. Yeah, I think her one boy is out there too.
Right.
And so she'll be sorely missed. She had a lot of things that she was into, and well, I'm sure you know. So,
oh, right.
Yeah, you got to fill those shoes.
Right there.
Yes. But anyway, you're starting some classes in the near future. Do you want to, let us know what you've got on the front burners, and who it involves, and what's going to be happening in the near future at WestCare?
Okay, we have quite a few things going on, that have already been pre-established from years past. One of the major events that we have coming up very soon in July, starting on July 7th, will be guitar lessons. These are free guitar lessons that are going to be taught by Mr. Bob White, who is also a band teacher over there at the junior high, over at Rosemary Clark. But for anybody to attend this class, there is a mandatory training, not necessarily training, just a mandatory meeting with myself and some of the staff on July 6th, the day before, just so we can kind of set down some ground rules and make sure administratively everybody's squared away and good to go with that. There's 2 times for those meetings. There'll be a 2 o'clock meeting and then a 7 o'clock meeting. And it is a mandatory, but we are very open, and we are willing to take on anyone that is interested. The age bracket, though, is from 12 to 18. So
that's an orientation. Yeah, you're still going by the like the Army rules and stuff. Mandatory.
It's the mandatory meeting.
Yeah,
but yes,
it says it's an orientation. That sounds a little bit lighter.
Oh, okay. Yes, right. So yeah, well, we're having that orientation, and again, it's just to administratively make sure everybody is good to go, that everybody has a clear understanding of the expectations. Mr. Bob White comes out every year
and it takes a lot of extra time on top of teaching full-time up
Oh
there
my
at the
God,
junior
yes,
high.
yeah.
So,
The kids just love him. He's just wonderful. He's a very calming person. He's got a lot of patience.
right,
Because everybody's
absolutely.
at different levels. Some people bring their own guitars with their own amplifiers, and some people, this is the first time they've held a guitar in their hands. And this is going to be on July 6th at 2 and 7 o'clock for students and the parents or guardians of the children.
Sure. A key note on that, when they actually are going to begin their classes, it's a 2-hour block of instruction. 1 hour will be of guitar training with Mr. Bob White, and then we will do 1 hour of positive action classes. The point to the positive action classes is just to continue to foster positive action, positive lifestyles, positive behavior through different means and leadership training and what have you. So again, we want to offer these guitar classes, something that was never offered to me as a young person. And but in addition to that, having that commitment with the young people coming and learning some life skills that will continue to help them excel,
Right.
to be positive with what they have going on. So,
Yeah, and the kids will be with other youngsters at their own age and have some similar interests and can bond with them and increase their knowledge of music and a good lifestyle also.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, you've been in West Care, Josh?
Yeah, I have been in 2 West Care programs for my duration in Pahrump. I have been to 2 years in the guitar taught by Bob White himself. Very nice man, I have to say. He's right. And just going to be this fall 1 year in Methodologies, a good program that teaches about anti-drug and anti-drug use, and just really good program and really good teacher too.
Rianne, what about you?
Have been in the guitar class and the methodologies project for 1 year, but I'm going to stay in both because they're awesome.
Oh, you said you lived in Sandy Valley?
Yes.
Where do you go to school? Here?
Yes, but I've only been in, when I was in Sandy Valley, I was very young.
Oh, okay, so that's where you came from, but you're here. You're living
Yeah.
here now. Okay.
I've lived here all my school years.
Okay, cool. Okay, so these are starting next month, July 7th.
Yes, like the young man over here mentioned, there's also another program that we have right now. It's kind of rooted in theater. It's called Methodologies, and again, a lot of the focus is anti-drug messages and what have you. But then again, in addition to that, positive living. Now, traditionally, this again was established by Francie Winters, who had a theatrical background. I am familiar with that, but my forte is more in the film and movie portions, media distribution, what have you. What we're going to end up doing is getting with the kids, writing new curriculum, but also what we want to start doing is reaching out to some of the older people of Pahrump, whether they're 20, 30, 40, 50, or even in their 60s. There's small groups of actors throughout the community that are doing a lot of different things. Who comes to my mind right now are the Gunfighters.
Oh,
Kathy Leach, who was my producer on my film, she's part of that. And we want to reach out to groups like that and the Silver Tappers and have them beginning to interface with the young people with these methodologies.
well, Francie left you with a lot of equipment over there, too.
Oh, a lot of equipment. She had small feet, but big shoes to
Yeah,
fill.
you've
so.
got the lights there. You've got regular what do you call it?
Theatrical.
Theatrical. There you go.
Production over there, and it's just fantastic what she left you with. And that's right up your alley too.
Right, and the kids, we've talked to the kids last week about trying to get a vision and see where they wanted to go, and if they wanted to adjust. They want to stay involved with theatrical performances, but also start shifting their focus into more of feature film. I shouldn't say feature film, short movie and short film production. Get them a little bit more exposed to the movie making side of what they're doing right now. So.
Yeah, because last year or 2 years ago, Francie had a anti-smoking commercial that I was involved when I did a voiceover with the kids. Were you in that?
No, but
Have you
a
heard?
friend of mine was.
Yeah. But yeah, so that went over real well. It was really well produced, and everybody was involved with that. Yeah, so yeah, you've got it. You've got all the equipment over there, and you've got the expertise, and you've got a lot of kids with sponges for brains. You know?
Right. Yeah. Real willing to help. A lot of fresh ideas. A lot of new things coming up. There's one of our kids that are in our group we were talking with, I don't know, an hour ago, and he's into some sort of I don't want to say it the wrong way. He's just into like extracurricular acting activities. He creates makeshift weapons and prop designs and things like that out of like foam products.
Oh, he was talking to you before we came over.
Right. He's very focused on safety, of course, and we're trying to talk to him and get him tied into that skill he has. He doesn't like to sit in front of the camera. He's more behind the scenes and implement his skills in designing props and costume designs and everything. So we're just trying to gather up all the different kids, different groups. If you're not an actor, but you'd like to be involved, or you are creative, or you do sew, or you bake, or whatever your skill craft is, there's definitely a place for you to be part of this methodologies project.
Oh, that's excellent. And if you don't know where it's at, it's in Shears. West Care shares a parking lot with Ace Hardware. It's on the north end of the parking lot. It's at 1161 North Loop Road. Number B, it's 7. That was down there also. 751-6990 is the number there. But yeah, that's coming up next month. It's kids are out of school. Give them something to do, something positive.
Right.
And with other kids their age, and as far as with the guitar classes, at the end, the students will they'll be competing. Students completing the year, I'm reading this, will participate in a concert recital at the International House of Blues at Mandalay Bay in the spring. Is that still?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. The Mandalay Bay House of Blues has always been a supporter of this.
Oh, big supporter, yeah.
The thing is, we have to really emphasize that this is a reward for those that stick it out for the whole year. This is a reward for those that will go home and practice on their own time. There is at times a turnover rate as the year goes by, and we want to discourage that. We understand people get busy and things happen, but for the most part, this concert that they're going to perform is going to be in a real club that supports real music in Las Vegas for a real audience. So it's a great thing to do. It's a great experience they're going to be able to experience, and everyone's going to be looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's something to strive for. Yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah, I almost forgot about that, but. Yeah, it's something great for them to get them out of town and see what the big lights are like, and so that's a good reward for the kids after the guitar classes, after all that time with Mr. White.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Does he go with them too? I forgot. Yeah.
He does go.
Yep.
Okay, it's a treat for him.
Were you there last year?
Yes.
Okay.
And how did that go? How many kids went to that? Since we're talking about that, yeah, because
I was there last year, and last House of Blues performance for them, I saw about 12, right?
I think there's Emily, me, Rosie, Kira, who else?
Well,
Justin, Sebastian.
How many songs did you guys get to play?
4 or 5.
Oh, okay, good.
yeah, because I know they had the band from the West Care brought you over there.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's a treat that the kids will get for doing sticking out in positive action, the guitar classes. So it's going to be an hour each week with the guitar classes, and then an hour with the positive action
Right.
Packets, teaching kids positive interaction and actions.
I think it's important to know that if a kid may hear this positive action class, is he or she going to think that they're going to be sitting at a table doing administrative paperwork? And it's not that at all. A lot of this positive action curriculum is hands-on, action-orientated, thus the positive action term. It's very interactive. Most folks are learn by doing and touching and doing what they have to do, and this is what this curriculum is based around. So.
And you interacted with each other. You had little plays you acted out between the kids that were there, and
in the positive action part, we did like games and such. Once we all got ourselves in a knot and tried to untie each other by talking to each other and all that.
I remember doing those. I went with Francie when I was doing that side. I would go out to the schools,
Oh,
and we
okay.
brought those little games out there with the kids. We went out to Amargosa,
Okay.
to Beatty. Are you gonna be doing that?
Yes. Before Francie left, she took me out there to Beatty. I met a few of the administrators and educators, teachers out there at the Beatty High School, and they're more than happy to embrace WestCare. They have a methodologies group up there that runs.
That's right.
They run independently, and then they run in conjunction with us.
That's the one
So,
at Beatty.
Yes.
They're excellent up there. The little town of Beatty, but
Right.
they're really into the methodology. That they're a real nice bunch of kids, and the teachers, the administrators that I met up there also. But what WestCare reaches out to Amargosa and Beatty. Do you ever go up to Tonopah?
That based on funding and,
Yeah,
and being
that's
able
rough,
to accept
yeah.
grants and other locations of other WestCare components
Yeah.
may reach out. So it's kind of
But the logical places to go within our reach is Amargosa and Beatty. So,
sure.
Yeah, so there's a couple other things that WestCare is into as far as positive action. Not only we're here in Pahrump, but we also bring it out to the Amargosa and the Beatty areas also. Did you meet the kids with the methodology?
Yes, we
up
did
there?
a community show at there, and we set it up very quickly, sort of, and we learned everyone's names very quickly, and it was just a whole lot of fun. And after a while, it got easier and easier and easier.
You didn't go away on one of those road trips with them, did you?
I did.
Where'd you go? California?
Um,
Or where?
well, this last year, I think he actually got to be one of those kids who actually went to California for the that part.
Right.
But not a whole lot of kids did, and only like those who were there before the new kids joined.
Uh-huh.
And we almost went to Florida for the same thing, except we didn't have enough budget, and WestCare was all freaked out, and so we didn't go then. But I did get to go to Beatty and Amargosa and all that, and those were fun.
So there's a lot of, as you can see, there's a lot of interaction with other kids, and you get a chance to go to Las Vegas to the House of Blues, and possibly with the methodology, taking a road trip. Depending on budget constraints,
Right.
things are rough, but it's an outlet. It's a positive thing for the kids to do, and if you're looking for positive things to do to get your kids away from the TV set, from the Wii games and things like that, send them out to WestCare. And it's not that expensive, is it?
No.
It's
Again, it's
completely
free programming. So.
Yeah, there you go.
And again, we really want to, this year, we want to really reach out to some of the older crowd too. I know up there at the Great Basin College, there's a drama class that they offer in their curriculum.
Right.
And then in addition to that, there were drama clubs, people on their own time that come and get together and try to develop their skill. This is a venue for maybe some more experienced older actors to interact with some of the younger ones and, to part some of their knowledge on them and just begin to build those bridges between the young adolescents to the older people.
Mm-hmm.
Again, from 20s, 30s, 50s, 60s. It doesn't really matter.
They could be mentors, yeah.
Exactly.
So there'd be something for other people to do to maybe get them involved with some of the things that they had done before, if they were doing something in theater, something with stage lighting, or like this one gentleman with props.
Right.
There's a lot of new venues that they can get into. So this is really good. I'm glad you can make it on TV for us to talk about this. And once again, this is with WestCare in Pahrump over at 1161 South Loop Road. Like I mentioned before, we share the parking lot with Ace Hardware, and it's 751-6990, and that's Tony's number. I forget what's your extension. Do you remember?
Extension is 225.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So you just have to fill that out. You have to have. Oh, what do you have to show? You have to have birth certificate. Do you remember?
it would be safe to bring some sort of ID
ID,
down or
right.
school ID.
Yeah,
down.
school ID, social security number, things like that.
Right.
It doesn't get sent anyplace else, but the ID would be the important thing as for parents and guardians of the youngsters. So, I'm just reading through this again. Mandalay Bay in the spring. So the classes begin on Thursday, July 7th. That's from 3:30 till 5:30. 1 hour guitars. The guitar come first, do you know?
Yes.
Okay, so the guitar with Mr. White, and then an hour of positive action afterwards. With the half hour mandatory orientation on July 6th, either at 2 o'clock
Right.
with the parents and guardians and the students, or at 7 o'clock. And methodologies.
Happens every Monday.
Okay,
Yeah.
summer programs is, you're saying every Monday starting July 11th?
Right. Yeah. We're going to the group of methodologies that we have right now are going to continue to meet starting next week on through.
Okay.
This is our time to kind of recruit and bring new blood in to what we're doing. We get together from 3:30 to 5:30 at the same building that you're talking about, West Care building up there at Loop Road. And right now, our times are going to be used more so for developing new stories and new plays, and just a new routine. A lot of the kids have agreed, because of our fast MTV type culture with the quick short videos and things like that we're accustomed to Facebook and YouTube. We're going to begin to modify some of these plays to be more short blurbs, 5-minute blurbs. And then for traditional sake, because quite a few of the kids are very in tune with the traditional way of theater, maybe have one lengthier piece to kind of stretch their skills a little bit more. So
Great. Okay, so that's going on. Summer starts Monday, June 11th. Fall starts September 12th. And it's from 3:30 to 5:30.
Yep.
And same age group, 12 to 18 years old. And then, once again, that's free with the parental consent. Let's see, public performance media release is required because you'll be on, your face will be on TV, it'll be
TV,
on
internet,
YouTube and things like that.
Right, exactly.
So, out of town touring is possible for some individuals. Limited enrollment. Oh yeah, you only can have 15, 20 kids, I forget.
Right, we're going to we're not going to enforce that very, very hard, just because the numbers are just a touch low right now. Traditionally, I remember years past, I think they ran almost with 20, 25 kids at one time.
Right.
Our numbers are down to probably a solid 8 right now.
Okay.
And so we want to build that up. And so if there's 2 or 3 that kind of exceed that number, that's fine. We'll make accommodations for
Because
that.
not everybody comes every week anyway. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you can contact Tony, or Tammy going to be involved with that too?
She is. She's my right hand in this. She has a lot more experience in the functioning of this, and she'll be there to advise me and just guide the process along.
So that'll be Tony and Tammy will be involved with the methodology, and then Tony will be taking care of the other group for the positive action and the guitar lessons. And you'll be doing the road trips to Beatty and Amargosa also.
Right.
So yeah. Your hands will be full. So it's there's a lot to do. There's a lot of information to give out to the kids, and there's plenty to do for the kids. And we try to show you some of the things that in town that there is for the kids to do. Do you have anything else to add before we're just about ready to leave? Did you enjoy yourself at West Care with the
Yes,
methodologies?
it's very fun and very hands-on, and you get to meet a bunch of new people, and
Okay.
it's just awesome.
How about you?
Pretty much what the girl said.
Okay. What the girl said?
What the girls say.
What the girl said. That's so cool. All right, we're almost out of time. So, welcome to West Care, Tony. Hope you have a nice long stay and nice long run, as
Right.
as they
Right.
say.
Yes.
And then remember his number, 751-6990. And those classes will be starting very shortly for positive action. Also, coming up, as I mentioned before, Fred Davies will be over at the library. It's coming Thursday at 23rd from 1 to 3 p.m., talking about the herbal medicine. And I think I get some herbal medicine for my throat, too. And also, for the library, Miss Brenda will be on the morning show sometime this week, talking about some of the programs we have for the public library here in town. So for Josh, Ryan, Tony, and myself, we wish you good evening, and thank you for watching. And remember, we repeat on Sunday mornings. And come on home, Maria. All right, thank you. Good night.
Thank you.